Wow, look at this thing. It's a computer of sorts. Clearly this is a homemade one. Little sticker on top says it's a TRS-80. I'm not sure about that. Surely isn't a TRS-80 that I've ever seen. My friend Dan brought this thing around the other day. He said he got it at a yard sale, at a ham radio sale, at a yarn sale. I don't know. He bought it somewhere in the wild, I guess, for $25. And it came with, let me show you, a big vintage roll of wire. And it came with a box of prototyping cards, all of which are these wire wrap varieties. Isn't that something? I mean, look at this. This is what prototyping in the 60s and 70s looked like. Any date codes on here? Yes, 1972. Look at this. My goodness. Okay. So this is allegedly a TRS-80 of sorts. Clearly it's homebrew. And wouldn't it be cool to get this thing up and running? Mystery button here that does something. 3 position switches, 2 of them up here, and the light. A keyboard that feels nice. It doesn't look like a TRS-80 keyboard, does it? I don't know. Doesn't remind me immediately of a TRS-80 though. Oops, the back looks like so. Maybe I'll move you down a little bit. And here we are on the back. 2 position switch, 2, what is it? BNC connectors. I'm guessing that's antenna or radio frequency, probably for the monitor, I would guess. 2 5-pin DINs, a push button of sorts. 1, 2, 3 external connectors. 4, like this looks like a parallel port of sorts. We'll see if that actually is one. 3 mystery connectors, 2 that can be secured. They look all right. I at first thought they were broken, but they look all right. They have some bent pins, but well, we can address that, no problem. This one apparently secures from the connector side. I'm guessing it passes through power because we also have 1, 2 fuses over here, and my guess that's the power switch, considering it's near the lamp cable here. It was so common in the 70s. Yeah, so and when you peek inside here, you see some massive capacitors. And if Usagi Electric is to be trusted, and I think he is very lucky getting them back to life. So for sure, these capacitors, depending on how many are in there, they can come back to life, but they will need to be reformed somehow. And well, time for me to learn how to do that, I guess. Shall we open it and have a look inside? They come off in 2 separate pieces. I think I just unscrewed the keyboard. Yeah, I just unscrewed the keyboard, so those 2 should probably go back in there. Oh, yup, and it lifts open. Ooh, okay. Careful. All right, so it flips open like so. All right. Wow, okay. How does one unhook this? One doesn't. Okay. Let's see what we can do to this part here. Aha, this is opening correctly. Yep, and here we are, connected there. Hoo-hoo. Power supply. Good, good, good. That cable that comes, how do you, aha. All right, so here's a plug that connects there somehow. And I should take a photo of this so that I know where to plug it in. But these are all, man, these connections, some of them don't look great. It also will not come all the way off. That is so annoying. Oh, and the keyboard is also attached on there somewhere. With this, so we can get to the underside. Yep. And carefully unhook the keyboard connector there. We have some back pain over here. Looks custom enough. And then some wire wrap prototyping boards where you just plop the chips in and they socket into those here, and on the other side are pins, and that's where you do your wire wrapping. My goodness. If they all look like that, debugging this will be an absolute nightmare. Oh, look at that. Isn't that neat? Someone took a lot of time to build this. Big chips, 8087, INS 1771. It's mostly logic circuitry, 74 LS chips, 40 megahertz crystal over here. Looking for the major chips in here and see if I can find anything that is familiar. Okay, some ROM chips over here. Good. And here, what do we got here? What are you, I wonder? Zilog Z80. Yeah, look at that. Can barely see it, but it's a Zilog Z80. So yeah, this very much. Oh, oops, you can't see. Look at this one here. Ew, this, whatever this is, had some corrosion. Interestingly, the corrosion just came up on the leg and stayed there. It doesn't look like it went anywhere. And then, my goodness, look at this. What's this? My God, it's very hacky. And some creature definitely took up residence in here and left there some bathroom presence. Thank you for that. Mods, whatever. Is this supposed to be? Or maybe it's just because he's running out of space in the cart and didn't feel like. Well, there's like 4 carts in here, right? That's the amount of room you have. So it might just be a TRS-80. Okay, CPU board. He's right. Does this one say anything here? What's on it? Video. Aha. Video circuitry, I guess. CPU board, I guess. And then, what are you? I/O port? Will not tell us what he is. RAM board? I don't see any RAM. The RAM I would expect the RAM to be somewhere on here. There's your RAM. Right there. Okay. Data latches, logic chips. Alright, so CPU board lives here. I think the keyboard plugs in somewhere there, right? So I have to plug it back in here carefully and attach these other 2 wires there. Hopefully the pictures that I took will allow us to look. We're going to put it back together. Okay, closer look at the back compartment. And yeah, like we expected, they're just with shockingly thin gauge wires and some flimsical wire nuts. They are patching through power to the back of this. So this is good. This is just unswitched and fused, and that's good. Big ass transformer over here, primary, secondary stages, and voltage regulators over here. So this seems to be some kind of I/O card here, because it's getting wired straight to the 4 connectors on the other side. Then parallel, looks like it's parallel, considering that's like top 3 there, top 5 there are not connected. I'm guessing this is parallel over here. Now we got 2 more connectors, which all I might do is just break out the bus to the back. I'm seeing 2 voltage regulators on here, big ass heatsink, and a power bus down there, and then the back pane here is just receives the power from the bus here, and a bunch of ribbon cables here to basically move the bus around. So yeah, it's looks like 40 pin DIN connectors or so to move the bus on this side. Okay, cool. But yeah, we have to probably take most of this out, which will be a pain because the wiring is fragile to say the least, and heck, nothing in here is labeled, so we got to take good pictures to make sure we can put it back together. All right, but I guess first things first is get these babies out and see if they are still capacitors. And I guess before we do that, even, we can test, at the very least, we can test the fuses. So we can do that right now. Come on. Wow. This is, ooh, a tight fit. Did I just break it? Yep. Well, just the cap. Come on. The cap came out of the conductor, so no big deal here. But if this guy's in there, I'm wondering if it's corroded in. Do I have some pliers somewhere? Gotta get some pliers. My favorite multi-tool. Also a gift from the same Dan. Dan and I go way back. We've been friends for since we were both in college. 2005, 20 years we've been friends. My goodness. Yep. And now we work together at the college, and we share a retro computing hobby. In fact, he got me into, well, he was among the people who got me into fixing electronic things. Here we go. Here we go. I've never seen a fuse like this, but I think it might be fine. Let's check it out. Yeah, fuse is fine. Multimeter not so much because these leads are crap. This was like a $10 multimeter, so it's garbage. Leads permanently break. Doesn't matter. It's doing the trick, at least for this. All right, so fuses are okay. We can actually send some voltage through there, provided the switch is okay. And then let's see what it does. Cool. So much for a first look on this Homebrew TRS-80. Let's see if it actually is one. But first things first, I guess, first order of business will be to get the power supply up and running and make sure it's good. Stay tuned for the next episode.